everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of the Canary Guys podcast. I'm today's host, Robbie, aka Jeffman98, and we're all back to full fitness, ready to talk you all through the latest bouts of depression associated with Norwich City Football Club. I'm happy to be joined by Ashton and Chris. So, lads, how are we both?
Depressed, miserable, horrid, awful. I'm so depressed I've refused to host today.
Happy to host. Ashton, how are you, mate?
I'm alright, you know. I was quite upset missing last week's pod, so it's nice to be back.
It was a good podcast, so if you missed it, you should go watch it. Thanks for that.
It was excellent. Loved having those boys on.
Yeah, two great lads.
And got to get them back on again because that was fun to record.
Oh, they'll be back on. I don't want to spoil anything for the end of the season, but they'll be back.
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
There's a plan.
Unless suddenly
good to hear there's a plan.
He don't want to associate himself with us if Sunderland go up.
He will. He'll still be back.
We're a Sunderland fan podcast.
We are. They're about the only fan base I accept who isn't ours.
Friendship trophy.
What about
You are?
You what?
What about Wisbeach Town Football Club?
I think. Wisbeach Town. I like a bit of Kingsland Town. They're all right.
Yeah, I actually love going to the Kingsland game.
Have you ever been to a Lynn game?
I've been to a couple, you know. I think I'm going to go end the season game and then hopefully the playoff game because they're going to make playoffs. Hopefully.
I love watching Lynn.
Well, Lowestoft Town have been relegated, so
I'm sad that we don't get the annual pre-season Kingsland friendly anymore. That was the best thing ever.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
When they used to Kingsland every season, Norwich did.
I remember it vividly. Was it Dean Smith's pre-season? That wasn't it?
It would have been. That was the last time we did it. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Weren't we also fined by the EFL for chanting?
We were.
I thought the same day my grandma got a picture with Josh Sargent. That was no. Was it Josh Sargent? No, it wasn't. I'm lying. I got a picture with Josh Sargent. It was Tim Krul. My grandma got a picture with.
Slightly different player.
It's I only got confused because we got a picture with Josh Sargent, and my grandma's favourite was always Tim Krul before he left.
Yeah, he's a class man.
I think he literally left weeks after.
Mentally scarred by the experience.
Anyway, in case you can't tell, we are somewhat deflecting at the moment from the...
We're trying to avoid it as much as possible.
The Burnley-sized elephant in the room.
I'm going to extend that. But we're talking about pre-season. What are each of your dream pre-season opponents? Anyone in the football world, any team, from North Korea to Azerbaijan?
Do you know what I'd love? What I'd love? I'd love a trip to Dorking. Dorking Wanderers, bit of Mark White.
What's their manager called? Is it Ian White?
Mark White.
Mark White. He is a class act. I love him. He's class.
I love him. Yeah, I'd love a trip to Dorking. That'd just be hilarious.
Lovely stuff. Ashton, what about you?
I have to say Wisbeach Town Football Club because I've seen them play at Wisbeach on that shit pitch would be amazing.
That would be quite funny.
I'd love one at Lowy just because I'd probably support Lowy and I'd probably win because, Norwich are shit at the minute.
I swear to God, we used to play the same 5 teams in every single pre-season.
See, we used to play those. We played those once, but it was postponed because of the pitch flooded or something.
Didn't we always used to play Galston as well?
Yeah.
I swear we always used to have a Galston game in pre-season. There'd be a Galston game, Kingsland Town. Was there anyone else that we always had in pre-season?
Dereham.
Yeah, we played Dereham quite often. Do you remember when we played that French team that turned out to not be the team we thought we were playing?
And we beat them 17-0. Yeah. That's peak Norwich out, isn't it?
That was one of the funniest. Didn't Tony Andrews score a hat-trick or something?
That was. Shall I have a look at the stats for that game? Give me a minute.
Speaking about, can I give an honourable mention to who I'd like to face?
Go on.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
One of my best mates, he's from Portugal. Massive Benfica fan. So just for that, I would say Benfica because I don't mind Benfica a lot, and I think just watching me and him play each other, I think we'd still be friends.
Do you know what else? What else as well? A Sunderland away friendly at the start of the season would be cool. for a bit of peanut action. And Sunderland's a nice place to go might be a stretch, but like a
Nice
good place to
bake.
go atmosphere wise. Like their ground is awesome.
Nice bakeries up north, so
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, we'll get on all the bakeries. Love
Yeah,
a bit of that.
let's get on to the. So it was 13-0 against a local Italian side.
Oh, it's
Named
Italian.
Serie D side Saint Christopher Valle di Osti.
Nice.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. But yeah, we beat them 13-0. I know, so
Excellent.
it was meant to be against them, but it wasn't.
No, that was who we thought we were playing, and then we
Yeah,
played
we
like
thought we were
someone
playing
who
some.
wasn't even in Serie D.
Yeah, but it was cancelled, and then the game was against a select 11 from the Aosta region, comprised of non-professional players.
What a pre-season friendly that is.
And then
It's unbelievable.
Neil
Can
Adams
I ask a
had to
question?
apologise for the confusion. Go on.
Can I ask you a question regarding that? Let's say something like that happens again, and us three are picked to play that game. Yeah. What position would you
What,
want to play?
To play against Norwich?
Yeah, you're playing against Norwich. What position are you going to play?
Well,
It's difficult though because do I pick my actual position like I play in real life, or do I pick somewhere that's easy?
see, that's the thing. Like in high school, I'd always cop out as a left back or right back.
By trade, I'm like an attacking centre midfielder.
Oh, don't even get me started on secondary
So
school football. Yeah, I made 3 appearances. Yeah, all in year 11.
Go on.
I don't know why. Apparently, that was my prime time. Tell me why. My first game
I think
against.
no, I was going to say I think I've genuinely played every position bar centre back.
Yeah, and I'm not being
At
funny.
some
I'm
point.
built like out of all the positions. I'm built like a centre back. Yeah, I ain't the skinniest Donny, and I ain't the fastest Donny. So tell me why. First game I played against top of the league at the time. Yeah, I've been stuck on that left wing. Like what?
It's your pace, mate.
Oh no, I genuinely reckon.
It's just burning defenders.
Nah.
You know, I'm
No.
thinking I play the left wing because then I'll be against an out of position Sorensen. So hell yeah, easy hat trick.
That's fair. Yeah,
I'd say
I would
goalkeeper.
say
Get the most action in that, wouldn't you?
on. Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to go with my actual position and say I'll play centre mid, like box to box.
See, I was thinking DM because then you could just sit back and act like a centre back.
This is true. DM's quite a good idea. I like the idea of being an attacking mid though, because then you're battling with Sorensen in midfield, like Robbie's just said. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, in that game, braces for Russell Martin, Anthony Pilkington, Jamal Loser, and Jacob Murphy.
Jamal Loser, Jesus Christ!
And then further goals from Gary Hooper, Wes Houlihan, Stephen Whittaker, Nathan Redmond, and Josh Murphy.
Fair.
Why not?
Nathan
Speaking of
Redmond,
Josh Murphy, we play Portsmouth next, but
Yeah,
we've
fair enough.
already we do have a game to talk about, and I think we need to get onto it because
Can I go on a tangent slightly before we do that?
please do. I want to
You
avoid
just-
this game as long as possible.
Because you've just said about Josh Murphy, can we just acknowledge the fact that Jacob Murphy has become the second coming of Cristiano Ronaldo recently?
It's
Yeah, what is
phenomenal,
this
isn't
form
it?
he's on, by the way?
Why has he become incredible all of a sudden?
Yeah, I genuinely think it's that Carabao Cup win.
He's literally brilliant.
He was
again.
good before that too. To be fair,
He's always been decent
Yeah,
for
he
them,
did.
but he's hit another fucking level.
I love his face as well.
I mean, that
He's got
Love
really
that
his
Tottenham
face.
game. Was it
he's
like
got a
5-1?
lovable smile, isn't he? You can tell he's fucking 7 goals, 10 assists this season. We're going to get a decent sell-on clause.
Yeah, I
He's not
wonder who
33,
comes in for him.
But wait, no, he went. Wait, he went Newcastle, went on loan at Sheffield Wednesday, and went back to Newcastle. Okay.
Yeah, because when
Oh,
he
yeah.
first went to Newcastle, he was wank.
He's been there since 2017.
He's been there ages, and he was awful. He's just come out of nowhere.
We sold him for £1 million. No, we didn't. 11 million. Sorry.
I was going to say, if we sold him for £1 million, I'm fucking fuming.
Just wait. You'll see that Stuart Webber put in some sort of 14,000% transfer thingy. When
It would have been a Stuart with a masterclass.
his value is 16 million at the minute, surely he's more than that.
Yeah, it might have gone up by this point, but then he obviously is aging, so
Yeah, how old is
you
he?
forget how old those players are now. He's like late 20s.
He's 30.
Is he 30?
Yep,
I was about to
February
say,
24th,
30,
1995.
Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
remember him being like youth. Wow, man, we're getting old.
Youth.
The Murphy.
Youth.
Am I right in thinking
Youth.
the Murphy twins are Kings Linway, aren't they? When they grew up,
I don't actually know.
I'm 99% sure they were like Kings Lynn area.
It might have been. That'd have been cool, but I don't actually know the answer.
Speaking, yeah, I am going to go to the monitor here. But yeah, you carry on.
Right. I think
He's gone
we'll
to the
have
monitor.
to. While we're waiting for Ashton, we did play on Friday, and
We did play. That was fucking pointless.
what? But yeah, I think probably a lot more fun would have been had if we just didn't.
When people
Because
ask me if I like football, I say yes, I like football very much, but not Burnley. Burnley can fuck off.
yes, they can. Yes, they can.
I feel bad because I didn't post the video, which I do every year. So
Do you want me
I'll
to
have to,
overlay it on screen?
I'll have to quote it in the podcast.
Should I overlay it on screen every time we say the word Burnley? We just overlay that. That should pad out the podcast a bit.
No.
Okay, no.
That
I'm
would
giving
make the
myself way
podcast
too much editing
incredibly
work.
annoying.
It would be. It would be funny though.
Yeah.
But I doubt people would watch. But so yeah, maybe not. But we played against Burnley, and well, I think the game was lost as soon as the lineup was released.
Oh god, yeah.
Because
I was physically sick.
admin didn't even know what we were doing, so we put it in number order. Which when a lineup is in number order, you know you're in trouble. So I remember it happening against like Crystal Palace or something in the Premier League, and then we lost 4-0, and we had a chance of let's pretend we scored a goal happened.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Class
Absolute
day.
limbs.
We've got the
And John Rowe's first game for us. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, very true. That was the
No.
start of the John Rowe times.
But yeah, the result against Burnley, we lost 2-1. So was it deserved? Or do you think we could have got something out of it if we didn't have this mind-boggling Burnley hoof it back, hoof it forward? No, don't even hoof it, just defend.
Yeah. I do think we could have got something out of it if we tried. I always believe we can get something out of a game if we tried. But yeah, obviously we didn't have a lot of chance.
My issue with the whole thing was that, and I tweeted this, I rarely turn against the club. I'm normally a very positive man. And even the people in the group chat were like, oh my god, Jeff Man's turn, this is the end. But when Wagner was sacked, David Wagner, hi, hope you're good. I hope you're watching us. I can imagine David Wagner being a Canary Guy super fan. I can just imagine him just chilling, some holiday somewhere, probably got good payout from Norwich. Hi, Davey, hope you're well.
Fair.
But when he was sacked, it said we would go for like a manager with a clear identity and whatnot and start to play. But if we're changing it for when we're playing slightly good teams, there's no way that this style of play is going to get better.
Yeah, exactly that. It's the first time that I've sat there legitimately and just thought, Johannes' head has gone here.
Yeah.
Like, it's the first time I've actually had, I've had little doubts about him, but I've always had faith. This is the first time, I think, seeing that lineup and that tactical strategy that I thought, is he actually up to the level? Like, am I overreacting? I don't know, but
Yeah.
it felt like a really strange decision. Like, it seems almost like he's just trying anything now.
It was
I mean,
fucking mind-boggling.
I've never once turned I've never left a game early. I've never turned off a game early since watching Norwich. But that was the first time I actually just turned one off. I couldn't be asked for it.
I like a big confession. That towards the end of the first half, I fell asleep. That's how bad it was.
Don't blame you.
But, no, but
Genuinely fell asleep, and my girlfriend had to wake
that's
me
what
up
it
at half
was.
time because she hadn't realised I'd fallen asleep.
That's probably the worst performance of the season. It's up there. Maybe that and
Certainly
Oxford
first
for
half.
me. Yeah.
Again,
But the second half, it was.
first half and second half was night and day. Because second half we played for football. We played what he was brought in to play. He played. We played what we had played previously in every other game this season. I don't know why
And guess
suddenly
what?
we shit ourselves when we play against Burnley. It's Burnley.
Can I say something which we actually could argue this
I
an
know.
embarrassing week for JHT? Nick Stanley got more right than Johannes in that game. We scored a corner. We scored a set
Nick
piece.
Stanley masterclass.
Bloody
And
hell.
I think if you give me a minute, there is a stat. There is a stat. I know
Oh,
stats aren't people's friends, but
Bloody hell, it's Statman Dave.
Statman J actually NCSC 24. Teams to have scored 2 or more goals against Burnley this season. Norwich, end of list. Both of which were corners, by the way. So
Nick
I'm
Stanley,
thinking
give him a raise.
if Burnley miss out on autos by 2 points, Nick Stanley's gonna put that in his personal trophy cabinet. Because well done, Nick Stanley.
That's the only thing he can have in his fucking trophy cabinet.
God.
Do you know
Why
what
are
else
we?
should be in Nick Stanley's trophy cabinet? Fucking P45, mate. Get rid.
Why are we so bad at corners? We had Andy Hughes, who waves at me from a Holiday Inn, legend, who has aggro with the away fans and home fans, legend. Why did we get rid? Where did he go? Leicester? He did, didn't he?
I want to say that.
With Stephen Cooper, who then left.
Yeah, Steve Cooper.
Steve Cooper, yeah.
Stevie Cooper.
So I just miss.
I kind of wanted the thing you left.
I don't mind a bit of Steve Cooper, to be fair. I think he played all right.
No,
I think Leicester are a cursed team, really.
Oh God, yeah. The whole Prem is just awful.
He is a scary looking fella, though, Steve Cooper. He looks like an egg. An egg with teeth.
I'm going to give a shout out to a Norwich player actually who played. Well, he didn't play a former Norwich player. I must add. Ashley Barnes came on, elbowed our defender, called it a day. What a man!
That sounds like Ashley Barnes.
I just loved it. Literally, first thing he did was just I didn't know who the player was. Absolutely knocked him out.
I will get the screenshot of this up. Barnes put some pictures of the game and saying, and he was just like meat riding Burnley as he does, yeah. And guess who was the first comment on that thing?
Who?
Have a guess. I guarantee you won't get the first person to comment on it was.
Taylor Swift.
Raoul Moat.
Christian Fastnatch. I will get the screenshot and see it on the pod. It was something like Top Man Barnes or some shit like that. I just think, what?
Fussy.
By the way, Christian Fastnat has. I was about to say that, yeah.
He's been killing.
He loves young boys.
Christian Fastnack, big fan of young boys.
No comment.
Christian Fastnack performs well in young boys.
Great 3 points. Enjoy your weekend, Clarence. Four finals go. UTC. Fastnatch, top comment. It's a clapping emoji with a love heart emoji. And I'm just like...
Friends. Football friends.
Ooh, Norwich Reject friends.
See, the thing is, I think if we'd signed Ashley Barnes like 2 or 3 years ago, he'd have been a fucking amazing player for us. If he still had like half his legs, he'd be okay.
By the way, he's grown his hair back. So it was Norwich that stressful. He's just like it balded him, or
When
has he
you
gone
say he's
chunky?
grown his hair back, has he grown his hairline back as well? Or
No,
ah,
it's just a few
okay,
strands.
just some loose wispy hair that's
Yeah,
not entirely on his head.
I do love
Can I
the
make a
amount that we're trying
question?
to avoid talking about this game. Sorry, Ashton.
Whilst we think about Ashley Barnes, the last season away shirt, I did get a player on the back of the away shirt. That
Mr.
player
Barnes.
was Ashley Barnes.
I'll
Yeah.
stop getting players.
So
Don't get
I've
back.
learnt my lesson.
No, I've stopped
no,
now. I go blank.
I go
I've
blank
had
back always
Buendia,
now.
I've had Wallace, I've had Barnes. Should I get Sorensen one? Then he definitely fucks off
Disgusting,
next
man.
season.
Get her now.
At least
Right.
he's supporting local
Yeah, I
barbers.
know. Support local business. I know.
Yeah, he goes to the. Was it? Is it free haircuts?
To be fair,
isn't it,
O'Neill
it's
can
called?
start a local business soon when his contract's over.
I can imagine
Yeah, it'll be
Anel
like-
being a barber.
Yeah, O'Neill strikes me as the type to be a really good barber, actually.
Or just working in Argos. He'd love that.
Just give him
Yeah,
an
he's working
Argos
hard.
franchise.
You get an Norwich season ticket.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you think he retires, or do you think he goes to a different club?
I think he goes to a different club.
But how can you go to a
When he goes
different
back
club
to
when you've
youth.
got a Norwich City tattoo?
You can go and play for someone else. I reckon he doesn't go far. Maybe he
Dear
plays
Lord.
for like a
Kings
Cambridge
Lynn.
or a Peterborough or someone like that.
Yeah,
Peter
true.
was a decent shout.
Is he going to want too much in terms of wages though to go to a lower league club like that?
Well, anything's
What
too
about
much,
Wisbech
in
Town?
my
Is that his
opinion.
level? I didn't stop mentioning. That's like their third time Wisbech is mentioned
Right.
tonight.
I'm just going to say this, right? I know we give O'Neill hate. Like, there's enough of a player in there for me to be like League One, League Two standard.
Oh yeah, and a solid player, a solid option. He's still good off the bench for us, but not when he's got a phone in his hand doing TikToks.
If we get rid of his social media accounts, it might be okay.
But
I'm
what's
still
the
sort
latest?
of wanting him to come back. I think he is, yeah. JHT did say, but I can just imagine him scoring a really like deflected goal and then just like doing a front flip in front of four up and like shoving a camera on his face. I can really see that happening.
To be fair, some of his
Yeah,
match day
that's fair.
vlogs are brilliant. I do like watching his YouTube videos. Whenever he does them filming, Marcelino is like a little pet to him. Marcelino follows him around everywhere he goes.
That's the thing.
Them two are always together.
Ooh, football friends.
Oh,
But
Norwich
yeah,
friends.
so
Oh, friends.
the summary of the Burnley game was Jack Stacey scored a goal. What's his name? Our set piece guy,
Nick
Nick Stanley.
No, to be
I was
fair,
about to
that's
say
how it
Greg
works for
Stanley
Nick.
then. I thought it was Greg Stanley. Nick Stanley masterclass. Jack Stacey scored a goal, but the starting system was wrong. So, question for you guys is: if results continue into say October next season, and we're still winning one, losing three, drawing two, do you give JHT more time, or do you think that's enough?
I'm starting to think that's enough, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already getting doubts now.
It's difficult. It's a massive window.
I
It's
still back him
Yeah,
completely, but I'm starting to get doubts. It's the first time I'm starting to have proper doubts and not entire faith.
It's a window where everything has to be right. Players out has to be right. Players in has to be right. It has to be the right age group. Has to be the right balance. Has to be just.
I'm not being funny with you. If Science and Sargent both goes, we're a lower end table team because it's all well and good sending these players for profit, but then what? We've got to give a player another season to get ready for Championship football. What's the point? We're in this cycle where it's just we're not going to make ourselves any better.
Yeah. Speaking of transfers, though, we have one exciting person. That's Jacob Wright again. Just in a dismal game, Jacob Wright, I love you.
He is just very good, isn't he?
He's really fucking good.
He just is
Literally,
quite good.
He's very good.
I remember that Preston game where he literally got announced to start on 15 minutes before the game, and he didn't play the greatest. But I remember saying on Twitter on the pod where he is a player. Trust me, he's just been thrown into the deep end that any player has been thrown into for Norwich, because it's all well and good expecting to know you start 2 days before the game or the day before a game. When you get expected to know you're starting 15 minutes before the game, you're not going to perform. Let's be honest.
I think that's the difference. I think if he'd have known he was starting pre, he probably would have had
We would have
more
saw this
preparation.
Jacob White ages
Yeah.
ago.
And again, he did some interviews today, and in those interviews, he said that he's not fully up to speed yet. He's not fully at his level yet, which is great to hear because there's more to come from him, which is great. And he's eager to join. By the sound of it, he wants to come back to Norwich next season, and he wants to stay here, which again is just lovely to hear. It's nice again hearing that from a player makes you think there is some sort of internal ambition or some sort of internal hope that next season could be a good season for us. I mean, I hope so, because otherwise I'm just going to give up with life in general.
Yeah.
But then we have another young player in Rory McConville who got hooked at half time. Now,
Again, it's first start.
yeah,
It's not. He definitely didn't have an ideal start.
I think it's
But-
unfair being thrown in a back seven.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
That's
Well,
what I
this
mean,
is exactly the problem. He got put into. If you're
You're
going to
playing
play him
against
in
Burnley.
place of one of the other two centre backs, but he's thrown him in with the other two
against Burnley, who are top of
Yeah.
the league, or were top of the league at the time.
It seems a strange idea.
I mean,
hopefully,
I'd like to see him get
when
more
the
minutes,
playoffs
but I mean, Ashton, they're gone. If you think that we're still
The playoffs.
No.
we're not. We're not
I said-
actually. No. We're not mathematically. I have a stat for you again from NCFC 24, aka J. Are you ready for this stat? Because
No.
well, it's not really a stat. It's a bit of optimism for you. Right. So if Norwich win their last 4 games and Middlesbrough, Coventry, West Brom lose all of theirs and draw any that they play against each other, 6th place is still very much on the cards, which would leave us at 65 points. Imagine the scenes. And then we're just going to lose 5-0 to Sheffield United, and then that'll be that. But, let's hope.
All I was going to say was, when playoffs are mathematically out for us, I hope that's when JHT starts players like McConville in the proper system, and we just play Johannes ball, and we just try and get some of it in the Championship.
I don't care about mathematically. It's fucking over.
It's done.
Just accept it. We've been
I'm not saying I look at it
5
mathematically.
weeks now.
JHT does. JHT looks at it
Yeah, I know,
mathematically.
but he shouldn't. Like,
To be fair,
you've topped up. Like, accept it.
Even Jacob Wright in the interview today said that it's gone. So I would like to see. I mean, I guess we could probably talk about it because playoffs are all but gone. So, ideal lineups. Who for the next 4 games? What would your ideal lineup be?
Okay. I would like to see. I'd keep Gunn in goal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because there's no other option. Fisher at right back.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on though, because we've got no fit left backs for the end of the season, have we at all?
None.
So Kenny McLean left back then.
I've been really impressed with McLean at left back.
He
was good against Sunderland.
He's actually been really good at left back.
Yeah,
I would like to see McConville and Cordoba, personally.
I think so, yeah.
I'd like to see McConville get more minutes. Give Train Duffy a rest.
He needs to keep fit for his move to New York, wherever he's going.
Yeah, that's apparently not happening now. I'd like to see Wright. I'd
Yeah.
like to see more of Forson.
Oh, Chris, you just copy me, lad. But yeah. Yeah.
How can I copy you? You've not said anything.
No, but like mentally, you knew what I was going
Have
to
I
say. Like,
telepathically taken it out of your mind or something?
yeah, because you're saying the exact same things I was going to say.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of Forson. I'd like. Who else is the other centre mid?
I can't lie. I completely
Probably
forgot about
Nunes.
Forson.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then front three. We need to see Eurosec on the right wing.
Does he exist?
Yeah, and then Science Sergeant.
Yeah. I think I'm basically the exact same. I forgot Forson existed. I mean, there are whispers that Marcondes is extending his thing, so maybe see him a few times. But Forson, I'd like to
Extended his
see
what? Sorry,
extending his thing. We all
his thing.
I extend my thing when I see Jacob Wright and Rory McConville, to be fair. So
don't blame you. But yeah, he is extending his contract just a year, I think. So
there's one thing I disagree with you on your team.
I'm not mad at that.
no, am I? It is a good player to have. It is backup for next season, definitely.
I obviously don't know how I don't know how serious his injury is, but I would like to see a bit more of Tierney actually in the season, hopefully.
I think he was only out for 2 weeks, so he should be back soon.
Because I'd like to see a bit more of Tierney, especially if Sargent is going to go, maybe as a striker position.
Yeah, I'm not mad at rotating it, but I do think we need to make the most of Sergeant while we got him.
Yeah, we still need to play our best team. You can't be. I mean, we'll get on to this later because the Canary Caller of the week does raise a point about players like Sargent and whatnot. But we can't just be resting our players because we might sell them in the future to protect them. Play them. We have players here. Fans come in their thousands to watch the match. Let them see a win. Don't just put on Shane Duffy as striker and
Shane Duffy
terrible. So we have 4 games of the season left. So this Friday, Good Friday, we're playing Portsmouth at home. Will it be a Good Friday?
No,
No. Again,
we're playing, so no.
yeah, and we're playing teams that all have something to fight for.
Yeah, exactly, and we really don't.
On the beach, Norwich City, we're going to lose 5-0, I think.
To be fair, I know this is really me not being optimistic and me showing. I don't know why it's called Good Friday because Jesus did die on that Friday. So why have they called it Good Friday? That's the day Jesus died.
It's Good Friday because Norwich's hopes of playoffs and dreams are shattered, so we can all forget about supporting Norwich for the season. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the last few matches that I've gone to Carrow Road, I have legitimately only gone there for the sausage rolls. I have no passion anymore for watching the match because I know we're going to be awful. I am going there for the sausage rolls.
I don't know. I have passion for watching them future players develop into this team. Like Wright and McConville say all the time. I love watching them too. I love watching Forson play because I know he's going to be there in the future. Same with Fisher. Same with Mahova. I know he's not in the squad anymore, but Mahova is one of them players. Cordoba. I love watching them sort of players get used to the system ready for next season or the season after.
That's all we want to see. But we just want to see some hope for next season. We want to see that we can kick on. But I just don't know if we can with all the players that are going to be leaving.
Well, it's about the summer and how you replace them, isn't it? End of the day.
Yeah, it is.
It's about the summer. I think, realistically, my summer transfer window, and this is probably being optimistic, but I'm going to say this is what we need.
Go on.
So I'll go from my kind of, if I was in charge, which positions would I be looking at getting? I think you need 2 more strikers.
Yeah.
At minimum. This is on the assumption that Sargent goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Science goes.
Okay.
That's what I'm working on here. I think you need 2 strikers. I think you probably need 2 more wingers. I think you need another defensive midfielder for competition for right. I think you need at least 1 more centre back.
Yeah.
And a goalkeeper.
Definitely a goalkeeper.
It's most of the team. But
can I say what I'd personally go for?
Go for it.
Go on.
I think we need 2 goalkeepers.
Are you working on the assumption that Gunn's off?
Yes.
Because
So who else is
I'm
off?
working on the assumption that we sign one more keeper and Gunn stays.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But I just don't see that personally, and I don't want Long being second choice. But yeah, two goalkeepers. I see Stacey leaving, so
Right.
right back. I think he deserves. I think he deserves to start for a team, so that's why I think he could leave. So right back. I think another centre back, especially if Duffy goes. Another left back to. Oh no, Cristiano Mahavo. So no, not another left back. I agree with another DM for competition. Maybe
Yeah.
another midfielder, because I think sometimes games, Macondes can be too attacking and it costs us.
Yes, fair
And
shout.
two wingers. I think Sargent does lead to two wingers, and I don't see Sargent going, so probably just one more striker.
Do you genuinely not see Sargent leaving?
Genuinely, I genuinely don't, and I don't know why I think that.
What are you on?
I don't know, and I don't know what I'm on. I don't know what's going through my brain. I just cannot see Sargent leaving the club.
I mean, keeping Sargent would be like having a new signing. That would be incredible. That
I
would
see
be
Sargent.
managing to keep Sargent would be a massive bit of business. But
Sargent is
let's be
already
real here. If we're real here, World Cup 2026. But then again, yeah, see, I see that way because if he wants to get into the World Cup squad for America, he's going to want to be starting games. He probably isn't going to be doing that if he moves up to the Premier League.
Exactly, but not even that. I
But
just
then,
think. I think. I know it don't mean a lot, but Johannes always on about the leader group, the leadership group, and we know Sargent's in that because he was captain the other week. And he
yeah,
wouldn't.
and again, there was, yeah, go on.
And I just think if he knew that Sargent could go if we don't go up, because I don't think Johannes thought promotion was on this season, and that's fair. So I think he picked that leadership group very carefully, with the think of we ain't going up, so we need players we know will stay. And I think that's why,
Special.
yeah,
I can't see it. Again, I would love him to stay, but I know teams in the MLS were in for him last season, and if they are in for him this season, he's going to look at that and think, a home World Cup 2026, chance to be playing in America, get my stock up in America, because by all means, American fans don't really rate him. So
yeah,
I can see him going to America to try and prove a point.
and I get
I can
that.
see both really.
I get all the points of Sargent goes because he is the best striker in the championship without a shadow of a doubt. And
Yeah,
it's naughty to think if he was fit for the full season how many goals he would be on and where Norwich would be.
it's sad to think that because I think we would genuinely be top two contention.
But I just feel like he stays. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like it.
Yeah, it's a really difficult one.
I'd be surprised. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'd be very, very
That's
surprised.
fair.
I'd love
I don't
it.
know what
I'd
goes through my
absolutely
head.
love it. But I just don't see it.
I mean, in terms of what I see, how many leave and whatnot, I will just repeat what you both say. It's just going to be a massive season. It's going to be a massive window, and at least one goalkeeper. I'm thinking. I mean, if Stacey goes, then yeah, we need another right back. But at the minute, Stacey and Fisher good competition for each other.
Yeah, 100%, I
Um,
agree with
Hmm.
with Hills coming back and Adebayoga, both had incredible loan seasons. I can
Yeah.
see them pushing. So
I was going to say, maybe we don't need a centre back.
that's the thing. I
Because
think if
Hills is
Duffy
like a new
goes,
signing when he comes back anyway, isn't he, really?
you. He's
yeah,
been brilliant.
if Duffy goes, I think we sign a more experienced centre back because otherwise we're
Which
going
I'm
to
not
have
against.
Hills and we're going to have Adebayoga and we're going to have Cordova who are very very young.
Yeah.
So I can see us signing some sort of 25, 26-year-old, something like that, experienced in the championship. Left back, we need
I'm
Mahovo,
so
obviously.
I'm excited for Cristiano and Mahoma to come back because they are both very solid.
Yes, so am I, but I just hope the injuries aren't bad and
Yeah, 100%.
possibly maybe a third choice. I don't really know.
That's the problem, though. If you're saying Mahomes is obviously now a first choice
Yeah,
Is
option.
he? Oh, right, option. Okay, I thought you meant first. I was like, he's the okay. Because for me, that is such a hard debate for them two. Who's the best out of them two?
that's a big position for like pre-season. That's going to be really interesting to see who pulls it off.
I know Christian has more. I don't know. That's a conversation we can have later on.
Yeah, exactly is. And midfield wise, I can genuinely see. I see McLean going somewhere like Rangers. I can see Sorensen going at the end of his contract. I can see Nunes going to some sort of club in Europe. So I can see us needing proper, at least 3 midfield options. Especially with the injuries that we've had this season, we're going to need to make sure that we have bodies. And I know Forup doesn't like big squads, but we're going to have a big squad because we have been low on the ground so many times this season.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, obviously, if Signs goes, I'd like to get Dobbin in on a permanent, which I'm hoping is happening, or just another loan or whatever.
You can tell he's gone. You can tell by his mentality, the way he plays football, he's gone.
Yeah, poor Signs. Yeah, he has annoyed me for a long time, and I am not gonna. He's a good player, and I'm glad that he's been at Norwich, but I'm not. He's not the sort of player that I'm going to look on in 2 years' time and thinking, God, we need Signs in this team, because recently he's been playing. He's been playing for Borja. He has not been playing for the team.
Yeah,
And he's been playing badly.
I wouldn't disagree with that at all.
Yeah. So I'd like to see us have a look, have a little trip to Peterborough, see if we can entice any Peterborough wingers, because that would be lovely.
Yeah.
And then again, one striker or two would be nice. But I think that's enough talk about next season, and I think it's time to get on to the lighter segments of the podcast. So
Probably
we start,
is.
as always, with the sausage roll review, and it is not just one; it is 2 today. Ashton, would you like to start off with your because you've got more sausage today? Okay. Well, I also got more sausage today. Yeah, I have to start. I'm like I am the keeper. I am the keeper of the sausage, and I realised actually yesterday evening that I hadn't eaten a sausage roll since the match, and that's not good for me. So I then figured out where can I go in Lowestoft that I can get to easily, but I haven't been before. So ended up at Asda, just got the bus to Asda, why not? And legitimately just to get a sausage roll when I came home. So that's how unemployed I am at the minute.
Excellent.
I've got uni, but it's half term. It's half term break from uni. I need to do uni work and study, but instead I'm going to Asda to get sausage rolls. So they normally have a hot counter. They still had it, but they didn't have any sausage rolls. So, but I got these lovely rose sausage rolls from Asda, which, yeah, the name speaks for itself. Although these ones don't pull a stinker and get hooked in their first start of the year. So, Johnny Rowe, if you're watching, yeah. But so 3 sausage rolls in a pack, £2.6 for 3 sausage rolls, which are very good size, and a picture will overlay on screen now. I think that's very good cost, considering one sausage roll at Carrow Road is £4.95. So, appearance, I'd give it 8 out of 10. A little bit pale. Looked a bit like a Greg's sausage roll, to be fair, but Greg's sausage rolls tend to be more golden and lovely and smooth and whatnot. So that's all lovely and jubbly. Crumbs per bite, about 3. Honestly, barely any crumbs, which was lovely because I don't like too many crumbs. I've had too many crumbs recently. And then we get on to taste, which it was herby, but it was cold, which obviously they're a bag of 3, so they're not going to be hot. I probably should have warmed it up, but I just couldn't be bothered because I wanted to eat because I was hungry. So
Jeff, have you got an air fryer in your house?
I do not, and I need an air fryer.
You need an air
Desperately
fryer.
need an air fryer.
I promise you, right? Cold sausage rolls, right? Any cold sausage roll you want, bang it in the air fryer for about 10 minutes. Best thing ever.
genuinely, I need an air fryer.
Honestly,
I don't know why I haven't got an air fryer.
any
If
pastry that you want to buy, you can buy like cold sausage rolls from Tesco. I swear to God, they taste world class.
yeah, I need to
Have
get
a
an
good
air
air fryer.
fryer. Off season, I will go to Argos. I will get an air fryer, and I shall do like a live stream of my first air fried sausage roll. I think it needs to happen.
Absolutely.
Fair.
So
I
that is
can't
my
live
sausage
without
roll
my air
review.
fryer anymore. I can't lie.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
fucking
everyone says
great.
that they're legendary. So
They are. They're so. It just makes life so easy. How has this podcast become a fucking cooking podcast? Tell
because
you
we're
Either,
what,
fat.
either on.
Canary Guy's top tip: get yourself a fucking air fryer.
First person. There you go. If anyone's watching at this point, first person to post a video or a picture of them cooking a sausage roll with an air fryer wins a free Carro sausage roll. I will find you. I will sit near you, and I will buy you a Carro sausage roll, or I'll
Agreed.
just PayPal you money if you don't want to meet me, because I don't blame you if not. But I am not the only sausage gobbler, because Ashton has gobbled sausage too, and Ashton's
I
sausage
have.
was particularly cheap.
Yeah, so I'm living cost-effective life. I'm only a college student, so it's overlaid on as we speak. Appearance 7. I like a bit of a longer sausage, me personally, but it does the job. Crumbs per pie, 4.5. It was all in the carpet. I had to get the Hoover out. I was not happy. Price though, it was like 98, 99p for 8 sausage rolls. That works out about just under
Fucking nail
11p
that.
per sausage roll,
Lidl
which
was
is like
great, isn't it?
banging. Taste 8 out of 10. Oh, it was a bit dry. I thought maybe some ketchup and some mayonnaise could have made it a 10, but I thought we're just looking at the sausage here, no sauces. And I had to say thank you to Lidl because I love Lidl so much. The bakery, the food, it is
It is good.
brilliant. Lidl Plus app is honestly the saviour of my life. So,
Do any of you remember
Lidl,
the shopping at Lidl song?
Oh God, yeah, kind of.
Shopping at Lidl. Yes, it's ingrained in my memory. Love it. I'm not gonna sing because it's probably copyrighted, but love that. Ashton, how was your first sausage roll review of the pod? Did you enjoy that? Enjoy doing that?
honestly, I was worried because I was like, I can't drop a stinker because
You
can't
can't
upset
live
the king
up.
of sausage.
Yeah,
That actually means
But
officially that we've all done a sausage roll review, doesn't it?
we have. We are all. Should
I
we
tell you
put a
what,
poll out? Whose sausage roll reviews are best?
it's going to be you by a country mile.
Well, yeah,
Good.
you're
I'll
the
tell you what
Good
my
legend.
to hear.
favourite sausage roll is on the day. Morrison's sausage rolls do the business, in my opinion. 10 out of 10 consistent performers.
I used to love
Also,
them.
Tesco have now brought out a new pork, bacon, and cheese roll that you can buy, and it is quite good.
While we're on the topic, 'cause I know you talked about tomato ketchup, Ashton. I got a bit of hate on Twitter because I genuinely, for a snack, get a baguette, chop it up, put some butter on it, and dip it in ketchup.
Oh, that's good. No, I'm on board.
Thank you. I have got honestly on my Twitter.
I'm
I just
I
tweeted it.
don't like butter.
I think it was during the game,
I don't even need
but
butter. I just bread and ketchup, mate. I fucking love a
Exactly,
bit
I
of
don't
bread and
like butter.
ketchup.
I'm not a
yeah,
fan of butter
but yeah,
at
but
all.
still, bread and ketchup, even that because I posted it and someone put April 11th. I put anyone else eat bread and butter with ketchup as a snack? Elite combo. And then first reply is delete this. Second reply is I've watched 45 minutes of Norwich attempting to play football and this is still the worst thing I've seen today. Next one put get this man sausage roll. Next one put I'd rather eat mouldy bread with watery ketchup than watch this dross. And then Ashton put I don't like butter but the rest sounds class. And then someone retweeted it saying I used to have this. We were poor. Which I don't know if that's like a slight on me or not, but it's an elite
No, I,
snack. I
I just don't like the butter.
because I used to love like when I was a kid, I was so picky, and like I'd like go to McDonald's and I'd just eat the burger bun filled with ketchup and like pickles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Strange child I was,
I
but
love,
yeah,
I love
elite
McDonald's
combo,
burger.
and I think that's about enough of the snack related. Actually, no, it's not. it's not enough of a snack-related chat because I've just received an image of Chris Wilder with a sad ham sandwich, and I love that on screen right now because that is just legendary.
It leads into Donkey of the Week, though, doesn't it?
It does,
It
because
does.
Chris, I think you want to go ahead with Donkey of the Week.
Yeah, Chris Wilder has won it apparently, from what I've heard from Sky sources.
What a
What a complete pillock he is.
What a
and
knobhead.
like he dances on tables when he wins the derby against Sheffield Wednesday.
He
Yeah,
does.
Plymouth Argyle get a goal which
Didn't he also sing a
potentially
song
could
about
save their
sausage rolls?
season. Sorry.
Yeah, I swear he sung a song about sausage rolls when he was dancing on that table.
Well, in that case, he'll be speaking to my lawyers because that is infringement on copyright.
Copyrighted content.
I am going to
Fucking hell.
copyright him.
Sue.
Sue!
Oh, steady on Ronaldo. Fucking hell.
Ronaldo signed for Norwich.
No, sadly not.
Speaking of infatuated donkey of the week, well done, Chris Wilder. Good job to you. But have you seen that Luka Modric is now minority
Modric?
owner at Swansea? Modric.
I have, yes.
So
That's
my
such a
question to
football
you, my question to you is, what footballing icon would you want as minority owner at Norwich?
I would quite like. Let me have a think. Could we have like Joey Barton?
Oh,
I absolutely. I can't.
Jermaine
stand him.
Genius.
it's got to be someone who
Paul Campbell.
encapsulates Norwich. Todd Cantwell.
No, fuck off. I'd honestly rather have Hitler.
Oh my days.
But no, if we get Todd Cantwell, then we can put yellow and green balloons out and then we get free boots.
I literally give me Kim Jong Un instead of Todd Campbell. I swear to God. Putin, any of them, anyone.
Fair enough.
Genuine war criminals that I'd rather have in charge of my club than Todd Campbell.
I mean, to be fair, Kim Jong Un, he knows how to run a country, doesn't
He
he?
knows how to run a tight ship, doesn't he? At the end of the
Exactly.
day, he gets things done.
You ain't going to get the disciplinary issues you might have had this season if Kim Jong Un's out the helm, are you?
No, exactly.
What is this podcast?
No one would ever get injured either because they just never report it.
They just die.
Oh no, Mata Eurosec appears to have disappeared. Oh wait, no, that happens in real life anyway.
Brilliant
It's
stuff.
actually no different.
It really isn't.
Who's the honest answer then to that question? Because I'm not.
Speaking of which, shout out to our mate Sammy Dingle. Obviously, the new stickers, the Where's Eurosec stickers, absolutely incredible. I'll get a picture for Robbie to edit in. So everyone can see the masterpiece. Sammy Dingle's new stickers, they are magnificent and they amplify the point that we need to see more Eurosec.
And one, I believe, has already been placed in Norwich. So,
Yeah,
if anyone's bored,
I'll get the picture of the one on the lamppost in Norwich. They are about.
they are about.
They're in circulation alongside the Bring Back Fingering stickers.
And speaking of which,
Speaking of bringing back fingering.
We're doing. Why not? We're doing the rewards in a little bit of a weird way this time.
Thing.
We are, but some absolute weapon. Let's get his name on because this is too good not to miss. Ryan NCFC, who went to the Jacob Wright signing session today with a Dingle Elite Bring Back Fingering sticker. And he put, fingers crossed Wright will sign it. 99% sure he'll say no, though. And he legitimately asked the man for his signature. And it went to VAR and he said no, apparently. But he found it funny and said that he had heard of the Dingle himself. Which brings the question, it is incredible. And brings the question, if a player has heard about you, what do you think they think of you? So we'll go to Ashton first. Say Rory McConville's heard about your 30-second segments. What do you think his opinion of you is?
Get a restraining order on that man immediately.
I think so too. 100%. And Chris, any particular players that you've slagged off over the years?
I was
Or...
going to say, I feel like Liam Gibbs and Jakob Sorensen probably hate me quite a lot.
Yeah.
But I also I feel like probably a few of the players might know about the pyramid thing, and then they'll probably find that funny. So, a mixed bag for me.
You're in the good books, and I'm thinking if anyone's heard about me, it's Peter Getman, and I hope
That's
so
what I
because
say.
I would love him. If he'd heard of me, I will genuinely cry tears of joy. So, we're now going to get on to. We have one more segment, but we're going to do that in a little bit. Firstly, we have Canary Call of the Week.
The
Well, not
return
firstly.
of.
The return of Canary Call of the Week, of
Still
course.
waiting for John Rogers because he won't let us message him.
Yeah, we have to be verified, and we're not earning enough money from this to get a sticker yet.
If
So
someone pays us enough money to be verified, we'll get a jingle.
we'll get a jingle. Come on, it's an elite jingle, so we would love it. So if you're watching, John, please open your DMs so we can message you because I'm not paying for Twitter. But so we must add. Last week we put a poll out on the all-time Canary Call winner, which was against Dale and who was the other one?
Oh God, what's his name? Is
Is
it
it John?
Tony?
It was Tony, Dale and Tony. There we go, Dale and Tony last week,
Old man
and
Norfolk names, anything you can think of.
we got an astonishing 6 votes on that poll, and I am pleased to announce that Dale and your frogs, you are the winner of the coveted Canary Call of the Week ×2 double holder whammy
The double holder whammy.
That's impressive.
celebration trophy. So well done, Dale. With
Whoa!
66.7% of the vote, Dale, you are a superstar, and I'm in awe of you.
Dale.
Dale.
But so it's a tough act to follow, but somebody had to this week. And this week, our winner is Lungy Lover John, who starts off his Canary Call rant. I guess you call it a rant. You would call it a rant, wouldn't you? Talking about how Lungy's being played out of position. So, John, take it away.
John, why did you want to ask about McLean playing at left back, John? You thought, I mean, we talked about this before. We thought possibly Sorensen might have been there, but I think the more you think about it, the more you can understand why McLean was there, because he has done all right there in the last couple of games.
Yeah, but then we've missed Sorensen around ever since he turned up. He came to us as a midfield player and ended up playing fullback for God knows how many games and how many years. And then we've got a situation where he could come on the pitch and play fullback. We play him in midfield and put a midfield player at fullback. But I'm more interested in this team selection to start with. If you've got players that are fit enough to come on at half time, they're fit enough to start. And surely, if you've got ifs and buts about team fitness, surely you're better to put your best team on the kickoff and perhaps get in front, go at a second half with a lead. Then you take off your best players and you stick on a half a dozen defenders to defend the lead you've got. To put on the so-called injured players to chase the game seemed to be completely ridiculous.
Agreeing here, but John, it does make you scratch your head, doesn't it?
Well, you're bringing on a so-called unfit player to chase the game. Surely it would be better to come on a bit relaxed, hit them hard in the first 30, 40 minutes, see if you can get in front by knocking them off their pedestal, and then, as I say, hopefully you go in the second half. You come out the second half 2-0 up, stick some defenders on to try and hold that 2-0 lead. Instead of that, you're bringing so-called injured players on to chase the game.
John, although you love Lungy, you have to say you raised good points. You have to start your best players. And are we seriously, with 4 games to go, protecting Sargent from injury by not playing him?
Yeah, very
So
true.
just so we get money for him.
Yeah,
I want
really
to be
don't
playing
need
our best
to.
players. We don't at all. I want to be playing our best players, and I'm not having the fact that if you can play the last 45 minutes, you can play the first 45. I'd much rather you be subbed off when we're 2-0 up rather than 2-0 subbed on at 2-0 down. But
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
that's a story for another day. We're going to get onto a new thing, which is just a little shout out, and it's a shout out to someone who has been on this podcast before, and it's to Pat O on Twitter, who was the winner of the coveted Jeffman98 sticker. I know I haven't given it to you yet. I promise I will at some point. I'm not keeping them for myself because, quite frankly, they're not good quality. So I hope you're looking forward to that sticker. But Pat O, well done to you, my friend, because I've seen today that you have been cycling the Sky Bet every minute matters relay between Norwich and Colchester. So well done to you, mate. Incredible stuff, incredible cause. So well done. Shout out to you, and I will get you your sausage roll sticker if my life depends on it.
Brilliant stuff. Yeah, also a reminder to the winner of the Canary Jester hat, please come forward because I've forgotten who you are.
Oh my god.
I'll double check the tweet, but I need to get that sent out really. So yeah, we'll get that sorted.
And if anyone wants a Lego set,
Just mess.
we'll just give it to you.
just break into Ashton's house, you can have it.
You can have it for free. We can't give it away. Fuck's sake.
One day. Speaking of giveaways, though, we are at 68 followers over on Twitter, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking at 100 followers on Twitter, we will do a big competition.
We will.
Giveaway, some sort of giveaway.
Yeah.
I'm thinking instead of one Lego set, maybe 2 Lego sets.
Yeah. All of the Lego sets.
All the Lego sets.
No, well, I think we should probably get something custom made.
We could do that, you know. I have a few connections. And who wouldn't want a custom?
Kieran McKenna fingers dog's flag.
What if
Who wouldn't?
we buy them? Yeah. They get to pick any Norwich player ever. We get a picture of it. We photo it, and we sign that picture for him.
Oh God, Abu Kamara's just scored for Hull.
Oh, fuck off.
What's the score?
That has ruined my life. 1-1.
Thanks for this. Ruined my podcast.
He's still staring at me in my room, and it's not a nice sight.
No, dear.
However,
It's not a good...
the Robbie Road to Darts has started now, so that could be...
It has.
It has, yeah, that's good.
I officially got a junior miniature... what's it called? What's the Sports Direct £6.99 miniature darts set. The darts are blunt as hell, but I tell you what, I'm no good at it, but it's fun and I'm getting into it. So I am on the road to darts, and I am going to be getting into it because it's a fun thing to do. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying learning about the rules and whatnot because
Arrowheads, who says no?
I must be honest, I've not I know nothing about darts. I didn't even know what you had to do, so that's a good start. But I know 301. I know about 301 and doubles and triples and whatnot and bullseyes. So I'm getting there slowly. So just before we round out the podcast, we have one more Twitter poll which we ran after last week's podcast because Pedon very graciously gave us an incredible question.
He did.
Which we actually got a lot of votes for. So thank you very much, Pedon, for possibly giving us the most interaction we've ever had in the podcast. Appreciate that. And the question was, would you rather Norwich go up automatically next season whilst losing twice to Ipswich, or do the double against them and remain in the Championship? And we had 33 votes for that, and I was surprised because 60% said they would rather do the double over Ipswich.
Yeah,
and
obviously we said last week on the pod which way we'd go. I think you two both said you'd rather do the double, didn't you?
Ashton wasn't here. Ashton wasn't
here.
present. So Ashton, this is your chance. What would you rather, do the double?
Cast a vote because I said I'd rather get promoted.
So wait,
from us.
we lose to...
Well, that's the thing.
We lose Ipswich both time, or do we get draw there? Or was it lost both?
We lose twice
we
to
lose to
Ipswich,
Ipswich twice, but we
but we
get
go up
promoted.
automatically.
What's the scores in the games?
That's not relevant.
It's theoretical. Come on.
If it's 2-1-0 losses, I'll take the promotion, yeah? But if they batter us like 5-0, I'm taking the 2 wins over Ipswich.
Okay, fair. That makes sense.
Because originally in the podcast, I did choose 16 years, but then I actually voted in this, and I voted autos and lose twice.
Yeah, I voted autos lose
I
twice.
can handle 2-1-0 losses and go up, but if we got battered 5-0...
I just think they're going to beat us anyway soon.
Yeah, they're
But
true.
it's coming. All runs come to an end. But we had some good interaction on this question. Ashton asked, do we get plus if we beat them twice? And I put, nope, another ball season, flat by mid-table in 12th. Jacob Wright Enjoyer at Alwyn OTBC said, if it means we go up the season after, then do the double. Which, I mean, yeah. And then Dazzling Doyle said, do the double 100%. So people are happy. It'd be quite interesting, actually, if, say, we do a double over Ipswich next season and finish 18th. It would be interesting to see Alwyn and Dazzling Doyle's opinions on 4-up and whatnot, if they want him in or out. Because they're quite happy with doing a double over Ipswich. It would be hella funny, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And last but not least, there was a slight craze. Do you call it craze, or is that like an old person saying?
That is an old person saying that. That's very old school.
There was a very slight craze in the internet world where people were using ChatGPT to create figurines of themselves, and we've all got one. And so I'll show you mine first. So this is Jeff Man. This is a slight face reveal, but not really. This is the Jeff Man 98 figurine, and I'll put it on screen now. Holding a sausage roll and a season ticket in my hand, although it looks like a Burger King receipt, which is not really out of place for me, so I get that. And I don't know why I really bored out on the accessories. My accessories were a scarf and a match day program, which are not as fun as Ashton's accessories, which I'll put on screen now. Because Ashton, do you want to talk us through your amazing action figure?
So, you've got me with my amazing Norwich bucket hat, which I love so much.
It's a nice hat.
You see me holding some Pepsi. I'm a Pepsi addict. With a picture of who... That's meant to be Rory McConville, no shock.
Yes, it's AI's interpretation of Roy McConville.
Accessories obviously got a bottle of Pepsi, a football. Believe it or not, I do a football podcast. A bag of squashies, because you cannot say no to squashies. And another picture of Rory McConville.
Why not? Well, top job. And speaking of which, we will have to do the 30 seconds in heaven just after Chris talks us through his action figure.
Well, we were speaking about Rory McConville having some nice legs last week, and my action figure has been blessed with some incredible legs.
You actually do. I didn't realise the legs that you had there. They are.
I will fucking take them. Obviously, we've got the Jester hat, which is, just prime.
You still haven't given it away.
The one that I still haven't given away.
You're keeping it.
To it. I'll give it away. If the winner comes forward, I'll give it away. I promise.
Yeah, you have to watch the podcast.
Obviously, for some reason, I've got a collection of pyramids. I wonder why that could be. from the one tweet I banged one time. I don't talk about it a lot or anything. Then I've got pint in hand, which has to be done. I'm hoping it's a good pint. I don't know what it is.
It's the watery pints from like the Lion and Castle, 100%.
Oh, fuck right off! No, there are some. They do have some good pints in the ground, but like you've got to get the right ones. I've got my glasses, which I'm not wearing in that shop, but they're in the accessories, and obviously the Peep Show box set, because there's not a time goes by where I don't daily quote the Peep Show. So,
speaking of which, let's do a little. It's Easter. We've got it's time of hunts, and not about Christianity. It's times for Easter egg hunts and whatnot. So go back to our last podcast, okay? I want the first viewer to tell us how many times Peep Show was referenced and gets it bang on. The first person who does that gets, I don't know, a Peep Show box set. There you go.
Yeah, we'll buy you the Peep Show box set.
I love the Peep Show.
Why not? please do it, because that was fun to record. So thank you for that. And that is our free AI figurines. So
I'd just
we'll
like
put
to say that invitation for a free Peep Show box set does not include P Don and Jack.
Yeah,
Because they will answer.
they are excluded.
Oh dear. Because they were
And
the
it was
ones
all there too.
making the fucking references. So that
In the editing, I had to edit out a lot too, to be fair. So
yeah,
there's
it's
actually
interesting.
more.
There's lots. They kind of start to creep in. We a little hands up confession here. We challenged the boys. Obviously, we have a lot of conversations about Peep Show. Me, Pete, and Jack. And I challenged the boys to try and get as many in as possible during the pod. So,
They lived up to the challenge.
yep,
It
definitely.
was class stuff. So great, well done. And we'll put a poll up for the figurines and the winner of the figurine contest. So vote on who has the best figurine, and the winner, well, it'll be one of us. So the winner will just get to brag in the next episode, I guess. So brilliant stuff. And last but not least, Ashton, it is time for your 30 seconds in heaven, young man.
I mean, I just this week isn't like oh my god, he's played so well. I just feel bad for him more than anything, Rory McConville, because
It's
Do you
30
want to?
seconds of sympathy. This.
Yes, go on, go ahead.
wait a second, like he's been chucked in there. Like this isn't how Johannes normally plays, so I don't know why he put in an unexperienced player there, and then the amount of stick he got on Twitter saying, "Oh, people want him to start." By the way, and do you know what? I still want the lad to fucking start because he's a player. Put him in the right system, and he will perform. Like that goal line block from not Sheffield, West Brom. He was in the right fucking system, and guess what? He got us the 3 fucking points. So I don't want to hear it no more. That player will be class for Norwich.
Ashton getting very defensive over his love.
It's, young love. Young love.
It is young
Good
love.
job, mate. But to be fair, right points. He deserves to start. He deserves some love. So again, Rory, if you're watching, we love you. The Canary Guys podcast are your biggest advocates. So please, just keep enjoying your football and come on a podcast and have a chat with us. I'm sure we've got a lot to learn about you and your legs and your love for Nando's and stuff. So thank you for that. And with that slightly awkward ending, I think that's about it for the podcast. Anything else you want to add, boys?
No, that covers it for me.
Brilliant. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And we will see you after. It'll be after a double header, I'm guessing, because we play on Friday and Monday.
Yeah, I think we'll probably release after that. So yeah, we'll be able to review both of those.
And we'll get to be sad for another hour and a bit. Thanks, guys, for watching. Really appreciated. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and do all that jazz. And we shall see you in the next pod. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.